This is Ryan, File 3. I wasn't going to talk about this one. After the motel and the foundry, I told myself I'd stop. I promised I'd stop. But a promise doesn't mean much when your apartment won't stay quiet. For the last few weeks, the hum's been living in my walls. I can hear it under the refrigerator motor, in the pipes, when the heat kicks on. It's not loud, just present. Always there. I started drinking at night because that used to drown it out, but lately the sound cuts through everything. The silence after a bottle empties. That's when it gets the worst. 2 nights ago, the monitor came on by itself. The mouse moved. Folder name: Hollow Ridge. I didn't open it. It opened me. The video filled the screen. Bright daylight for once. Washed out blue sky over a row of unfinished houses. I recognized the cheap siding immediately. Every suburb around here looks the same when the builders run out of money. No street signs, no cars, just dust, weeds, and 1,000 square feet of copy and paste hope. The camera, sleep scared's camera, tilts a little, catching the curve of a cul-de-sac. The pavement's cracked like it's been sitting there for decades, even though the houses still have plastic on the windows. He says something soft under his breath. I can't make it out. His voice is tired. Not scared, just done. That's the part that hit me. He sounds like I do now. He walks toward one of the houses. The number on the half-hung door is upside down. Inside, the drywall is up, but not painted, and the floor's just dusty plywood. Someone's left a roll of carpet, half unwrapped, in the corner. There's furniture under white sheets, shapes that look like sleeping people. The camera hesitates on a photo frame sitting on the kitchen counter. The faces are smeared, blurred like wet ink. I leaned closer to the monitor. Behind the blur, one of the figures had the same build as me, same stupid flannel I wore in college. I told myself I was imagining it, but my throat went dry anyway. The explorer keeps going from house to house. Every single one is almost finished, never quite complete. Faucets without handles, doors without knobs, rooms painted halfway and stopped. It feels like someone tried to build a neighborhood and lost interest halfway through. In one living room, there's a TV, still wrapped in clear plastic. The reflection in the screen shows light moving, but the camera's still. For a second, I thought I saw someone sitting on the couch behind the explorer. But when he turns, there's only the covered furniture again. Outside wind scrapes through the construction debris. It's the same pitch as the hum. Low, rhythmic, almost breathing. I pause the file. The sound doesn't stop. It's still there, faintly, coming from somewhere behind me. I check every corner of the apartment. Nothing. The radiator, the pipes, even the old desktop tower, all humming, all in time. When I unpause the video, the light in the footage has shifted. Late afternoon now, longer shadows. He's still walking, still talking quietly, voice shaking. There's a point where he stops in front of a mirror, leaning against a wall. He's out of focus, the reflection clearer than the camera. For a moment, he looks older, eyes darker, jaw clenched, shoulders hunched like he's been awake for days. That's when I realized he's starting to feel what I've been feeling. That drained, sleepless panic that sits right behind your eyes. He breathes into the mic, rough and uneven. The sound cuts into my chest. Every time he exhales, the hum gets a little louder. The light in the video keeps dimming, even though the sun hasn't set. Every frame feels heavy, colors fading like the air's losing oxygen. Sleep scared, pushes open another door. The camera shakes. You can hear how hard he's breathing. The house is identical to the last, but the walls are a different color, a sickly yellow. On one wall, there's a patch where someone started painting over something, letters maybe, but stopped halfway through. The camera drifts closer. Under the pale paint, you can still read a few words. Remember the sound. I pause again. The hum is louder now, but it isn't coming from the computer. It's inside my ears like pressure before a storm. I press my palms against them and it changes pitch, almost reacting. When I look back at the screen, he's standing in a kitchen that looks lived in. There are dishes in the sink, a loaf of bread half wrapped, a glass of water beaded with condensation. Everything looks fresh, too fresh. He whispers, "I don't think they ever left." Something knocks in my hallway. Not a bang, just a dull, steady tap, once every few seconds. I tell myself it's the pipes again. I always tell myself that. The camera leaves the kitchen, steps onto a porch. The neighborhood's quieter now. The air feels heavier through the speakers. Across the street, one house still has a porch light glowing. He moves toward it. When the lens catches the mailbox number, it's 19. The bulb above the door buzzes in time with the hum. The doors open a crack. He pushes it wider. Inside, the floor's covered in paper, blueprints, invoices, copies of property records. The same company name appears over and over, BROOKVALE Development, LLC. There's handwriting in red marker over the papers. Big looping words. BROOKVALE awaits. The hum cuts out completely for the first time since the file started. You can hear his breathing mine and the faint click of something electrical trying to restart. Then the screen goes black. I wait for the playback bar to end, but it just sits there, frozen. After a minute, I try to close the window. The cursor won't move. Another minute, and the desktop background flickers. The words from the wall start typing themselves across it, one by one. BROOKVALE awaits. I pull the plug on the tower. The screen stays on long enough to finish the sentence. Then it's dark. No hum, no anything. I don't sleep that night. In the morning, the word BROOKVALE is still burned into the monitor's glass. Faint, but there if you look from the side. When I search it, there's nothing. No town, no company, just an old flood map with a blank spot near the river. I think that's where I'm supposed to go, like if I find it. Maybe I find out why these files keep coming. Maybe I find whoever keeps sending them. Maybe it all stops. But I know it won't. It never really stops. It just waits.